Hey guys, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. This is waiting for breakouts, and I'm just going to run you through today a beautiful trade on ERAS, ERS, no, ERAS, Eraska Inc. Common stock, and this is like the archetypical sleeping giant trade, and it worked out really well. It got stopped out last night. As you may or may not know, I'm not awake during market hours. I'm asleep, and so that kind of works out quite well for me because I don't want to be awake during the. It might seem like a strange thing to say, but I don't really want to be awake during trading hours because I don't want to be sitting at a computer all day watching my trades because that's basically just another job, and I don't want another job. So what happened here? Sleeping Giant, and then they've had great earnings, nothing really happening, but then the 200 goes below, or should we say the 20 and the 50 go above the 200. And that generally means something interesting is happening. And I like long periods of consolidation here. So what's happened? Let's have a little look. So where did I get in? It's looking very strong here, a little bit consolidation, and I got in 350 shares at 361, which is about 1,000 US, whatever. And it's an exploratory entrance. So with my $80,000 folio, 3% of that would be 2,400. I would have added more had we seen a slight dip, but this has just exploded, and that's totally fine. So 350 at 361, and it's had a it had a huge breakout here. My stop loss was initially at 10%, so that would have been 36 cents, so around 330 there. And it sort of flirted a little bit with the stop loss, didn't get too near, always respected the 20-day, and then boom, huge explosion to the upside. So they had some good news, I think. It's pharma stock, it's always pharma stocks, and it just blew up. So what happened was it went straight up to 517, and I would have moved my stop loss probably, I think the stop loss would have been around here when it popped, so I moved it up probably to around here, and when it got to 580 I moved my stop loss up to about 10%, so that'd be 58 cents, around 530. And it's a little bit of luck, nothing's perfect, but I would have been happy with any section of this trade would have been great. I would have been happy with 66%, but it's gone all the way up. And last night I got a little bit lucky here. I moved my stop loss. I didn't want to give anything back to the market, so I moved my stop loss right up to here because that's up at whatever percent, and I'm very happy with that. I don't want to be greedy, and so that's 92% up there. And I put my stop loss in here, and it actually gapped down a little bit pre-market, so it would have missed my stop. I don't know how close the market makers are. If it opens at 671 and you've got a stop at 675, I don't know if you get filled. But anyway, I was lucky in that it spiked up during the day through my stop loss and came all the way back down to 623, and that would have been uh, 7% given back to the market. But as it was, it's a 100% trade almost, which is pretty amazing over the course of, when did I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, probably around 2.5 weeks, 100% back. And that is really just treating the stock market like an ATM. You put a little trade on and you get a big batch of money back, which is incredible. What's interesting in Trade Vision is I can look at this entire day and just see how it played out. So if I go to 15 minutes, and it will show me how the day evolved. And this is great because I don't have to stay up and watch the market. And here we have here, so this is it opened, yeah. So let's have a look. This is what it did. This was the big peak of the day before, and down on the 9th of Jan we got Friday, 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 Monday. There's Monday. Okay, so it opened up, had a little bit of a gap down, big spike up first thing in the morning, may get to 7 a.m, 8 a.m, 9 o'clock. Yeah, we just had that. It was kind of hovering around my stop anyway, so that's okay. 675, and then smack through, and then big collapse down. A little bit of a bump at the end, but That's basically you know, absolutely flawless. A little bit of luck involved, I wouldn't deny that, but just great. And where will it go from here? Nobody knows. But all I know is I've got 100% or 98% or whatever in my bag, in my pocket. And if it goes down, which it might collapse all the way down to nothing burger, or it might rocket up, in which case I may get back in on the 675 or, you know, 686 or 87. I might not. I just might move on to the next pop of trade. So that's ERAS, ERAS. It worked out really, really well. And, you know, you've got to take the wins, celebrate the wins. And also, you know, there's lots of losses. But the losses, I'll do another, this is kind of a stop loss video. But the stop losses are so important. I didn't want to give a penny back to the market. I gave them back. I think it closed at 675, and you know I gave a few cents back or whatever. But this is like dream trades, and there'll be 10% losses all along the way, but there will also be 100% wins. So here's to more of that, and peace and love to everybody, and keep waiting for breakouts. See you soon.